Peace, family. Happy Lionsgate. It is 8/8, sending you infinite abundance, and naturally got to tap into the cards and see what Spirit has in store for us for this Lionsgate portal. What can serve, what can help us on the release to increase and to bring in this infinite abundance. Let's tap in, give thanks to the Creator, give thanks to our ancestors, to the forces of nature, the Orisha, the Neteru, sages, starseeds, sibyls, and saints, prophets, angels, archangels, and all divine deities of all traditions in light and love that serve humanity for the highest good of all. Tapping in for some foundation information, clarification, confirmation, affirmation, and I'm aligning with cards that are very connected to light source, connected to the elements, connected to finances, abundance, all of that energy. So let's tap right in, see what our foundation information is. Spirit, what would you have us know to align with this Lionsgate? Inner voice. Beautiful. Speaking your truth, expressing what it is that you want. That inner voice is tapping in with Ori, tapping in with our higher self, and knowing what it is that you truly want, that you truly deserve, that you need, and tapping into affirmations. During Lionsgate, it's a really, really powerful and abundant time to speak affirmations, to bring the voice that's in on the out. Our words have power. Tapping into the chakras, speaking in connection to each chakra has a specific affirmation. Like the root chakra is the I am. You tap into the sacral chakra, which is the I feel. Tapping into the solar plexus chakra, which is I do, and so on. I may do a video just on that, but you can look it up to get all of the rest of them to tap in, so that as you affirm and tapping into each chakra, you are using that specific affirmation and using the power of your voice to bring the inner outer. I always say, I have found God within, so I can never be without. That is what taps into this inner voice. This taps into our intuition. That taps into just the root. And again, this is our foundation information. So the importance of going inward and figuring out what is it that is inside of me that I want to bring into form and experience, bringing the intangible into the tangible. We have the power to do it. And during this Lionsgate, it's so poignant for us to connect in that way so that we can actually manifest these things to come into being, into reality. Ashe. Give thanks, tapping into some tarot for clarification. Pamela Coleman Smith, you speak your name. Thank you for clarifying this energy for Lionsgate in regards to our inner voice. Speaking your truth as well, making sure that you are really, really commanding. And that's the thing with inner voice. When you express what it is that you want, you're not asking in a sense, right? You're asking, but you're doing it with such a conviction, with such a command, and bringing in that alignment again, God within, so that you can express what it is that you want with such fortitude, with such promise, with such gratitude, because you believe it as it's already yours, as if it's already yours. So it's really powerful when we think about the inner voice in regards to that, and just bringing it with such a declaration, more so than even an affirmation. We got 2 cards so far. I'm going to stick with these 2 and keep them moving so that we can get everything in. We have the Hangman and we have the 10 of Swords. This energy right here in regards to Lionsgate is 2 different things. First of all, new cycle beginning with the number 10, with the X energy here. And I just got a download right before this about seeing X's, and now right in this reading I'm seeing an X. So thank you, Spirit. But this energy of the 10 of Swords in the upright position is feeling a sense of betrayal, feeling a sense of being stabbed in the back, feeling a sense of dismay and things not working in our favor. And a lot of us are going through a lot of transition right now, which is what's bringing in this energy of a new cycle. This is a portal that we are literally walking through. And you can choose to focus on the betrayal and the stabs in the back and all of the things that didn't work and that didn't serve you. But if we are still continuing with this energy of release to increase, this is part of what it is that you need to release. Anything that you do feel that brings you into low vibration, that brings you a sense of solemn, melancholy, bad feelings, bad memories, you want to keep that on this side of the portal. You can't carry that over with you. So unless you are ready to shed that, then you're staying on this side of the portal. This is a preparation for you to leave that stuff behind so that you can walk into the new. I always tap into Eshu as I am Omo Eshu. Eshu has my head as Ifa practitioner. And I say, Baba Eshu opens the way to my abundant new day. And anytime I walk through a door, I literally say that as I walk through the door. Because you can literally, again, in terms of inner voice, in terms of what it is that you are commanding over your life, you can literally declare what it is that you want and speak that through. So if you are deciding that whatever it is that happened, and it's always darkest before the dawn, this is the energy of that darkest before the dawn, but at the end of the day, the sun is coming out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Focus on the tomorrow. Focus on what you want that to look like. But understand that what it is that you are experiencing now is what dictates tomorrow. So if you focus on the dark, then that is what's going to perpetuate tomorrow anyway. If you focus on the sun and you align with that now and you tap into the gratitude now, especially with the stabs that you feel in your back, it's going to be automatic for these swords to fall out, for you to have the power, the strength and the fortitude to pull them out yourself. And it's only upon pulling them out that you're going to be able to heal, that you're going to be able to put the salves on them that's needed and necessary for you to walk into this new beginning without feeling that stabbing in your back. Clear that out. You're giving power. We are giving power to every single one of these swords and the people that put them there. When we have the power to remove them and not even make them a thing anymore, we are walking through this portal. We are walking into infinite abundance. They do not belong. The swords do not belong. The people that betrayed us do not belong. So we do not want to stay where they are anymore. We are raising our vibration and literally walking into this new reality, walking into this new world. This is a lot of heaviness to carry. All these swords can't fit through that portal. Can't take it with you. So if there's anything to leave behind, it is that low vibration. It is the negativity. It is the sadness. It is the pain. It is the betrayal. All of those things, feel it to heal it. Absolutely. And then what? Release it to bring in the increase. Ashe? That is the new perspective. That is the enlightenment that we need to focus on. This is the sun. This is the dawn that we are focusing on instead of the darkness. We may feel in many ways like we are hung, that somebody hung us out to dry, that we were hanging on somebody's limb, right? And that's what we seem to focus on. We want to beat that drum because it's something that happened. But remind ourselves that anything that has happened, if we continue to make it something that is here and that we're still thinking about and feeling, then we're forever making it happening. Then it hasn't happened. It's still happening. Let it go. Release it. Remove the energy of it. Put ourselves in a different perspective. The hangman always gives me an energy of the number 4, bringing in an energy of stability and structure and foundation. So if you want something new, if you want something more solid, think about 4 walls that are needed for a solid structure, for a solid home. And that is the 4 walls, like I always align with our words, our thoughts, our feelings, and our deeds. And when all of those things are in alignment, that is where our manifestations come through. And our manifestation is that roof that can come down solid and secure because there are 4 solid walls to hold it up. So keep that in mind as we tap into this new perspective of what it is that we can realize that does not serve me anymore. So why am I continuing to focus on it, to make it something that is incessant, to continue to say ow for something that happened yesterday? Humans are so good at observing things. But if it's something that doesn't serve, then why are we going to continue to observe it? That is where the new perspective is necessary. If we're going to observe, let's choose what it is that we want to observe. Because there's a lot of things that we can focus on instead of the stabs in the back and giving the person that hurt us power. And that actually keeps us away from the infinite abundance that is our birthright. That is just keeping us in their karmic cycle instead of starting the new cycle that is inevitable for us. How good do you want it, right? Ashe. Get some confirmation energy. Tapping into the elements. Give thanks, Spirit. How would you like to confirm these energies for this Lion's Gate? What do we need to do to walk through this portal? Thanks. We've got the number 7, darkness, the moon. Moon manifesting is so incredibly powerful. We just had our full moon. We've got 2 full moons this month. right at the start, August 1st, we started this month, new beginning, number 1 with a full moon. And on the 30th, we've got our blue moon, which is our second full moon for the month, both super moons. Incredible energy to manifest. For us to have that with a new moon in the middle on the 15th, 16th, again with Lionsgate energy, which goes through till the 12th of August, it is such an incredibly potent month to manifest. What the reminder is here, not just in regards to the moon manifesting energy in general, is when we look at the darkness, as we see here, the darkness, and we want to focus on the light, we have to remind ourselves that in the dark is actually where we learn a lot. In the dark is where a lot of growth actually happens. When we think about planting a seed, we plant that seed in the dark of the dirt. Those roots grow under the surface. We are not able to see the growth until it breaks through the surface, but so much of that growth happens in the dark. So let's also think about honoring as we observe the negativity that we want to now transmute into the light, instead of focusing and observing on this, all of these stabs in the back as negative. Let's look at it as all of the training that was required for us to get to this energy of infinite abundance, so that we can have an alignment of grace and gratitude with every sword, with every stab, with every hurt, with every betrayal. When we tap into that energy, we think about what the butterfly has to go through from caterpillar to become a butterfly. Caterpillar has to literally liquefy to become a butterfly. That can't be pleasant, right? We think about the lotus, and the lotus grows from the murkiest, grimiest, dirtiest waters, but it yet creates this very, very enlightened, magical flower. No mud, no lotus, right? When we think about the phoenix rising from the ashes, combusts into flames, it might hurt, it might burn a little bit, right? So thinking about all of these alignments and what is required for transformation, for there to be metamorphosis, it's literally becoming something new. This is alchemy. And the alchemy includes the dark. So honor the dark. The number 7, we just came from our 7th month, the number of mastery. Our 7-7 portal tapping into Sirius is about that self-mastery. We have to go through the dark as well as the light to really be able to know ourselves, and to also continue to go through life without being afraid of the dark, because there's going to be more. And that's why there's training. And all of it, when we go through the muck and the mire and we go through it with that grace and gratitude, is what brings our abundance in further, because Spirit is saying, I see that you got it. I see that you're giving thanks even when something is difficult, because it's very easy to give thanks when everything is going well. So keep that in mind as you go through the dark. Keep that in mind as things are hard, as you're observing things and all of the stabs in the back. And always say, no matter what happens, and especially when something that is hurtful or harmful, always say, this is working out for me. Instead of this is happening to me, it is happening for me instead of it's happening to me. And that automatically changes you from being a victim to being a victor. Ashe. And let's finalize this affirmation energy with an abundance deck. Beautiful card here. And it says, Dearest, I wish for you flowers and sunshine, gentle breezes and clear skies, calm seas and rainbows. But perhaps most of all, I wish for you the glorious breadth of experiences you are now poised to receive, so that these tidbits are mere icing on the cake of a life that's rich in adventure. Huge hug, the universe. Rich in adventure, meaning the ups and the downs, the dark and the light, all of it is what makes things rich. And that is what brings you the richness and the infinite abundance that this portal is about to bless you with. Claim it, name it, claim it, believe it, receive it, face it, replace it, feel it, heal it. It's time. It's yours. It's ours. Ashe. Happy, happy, happy Lionsgate portal. I wish you everything and more. Ask for the more. Bring in the more. Unless we forget. Time to get back to natural.